are live. We are kicking. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, how is everybody doing? Kaifa haluki to my sisters, Kaifa haluka to my brothers. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. Hope you all had a wonderful day. Yes, I know. I was going to do it earlier, but some things had come up that I had to take care of, such as the basement. My basement has been flooding at the house that I'm at, and we've been trying to fix it. We're trying to work on that. So, inshallah, in time that will happen. So we're going to wait for some people to pop in here. Okay, while we do this, I will relax and enjoy. Now I'll continue talking. So here we go. For the people who are just popping in, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I see my brother Faiz. Akhi, kaifa haluka, how are you? Hope you had a wonderful day, inshaAllah. One second, Akhi. So I want to talk about a few things tonight. This is not going to be anywhere near as long as last night, because of course, the time I'm starting at, but probably about an hour and 15, hour and 30 minutes. MashaAllah, Akhi. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing well myself. So any questions that you have, Faiz, any questions that popped up last night or that you've had for me, if you would like to ask me, feel free. We're just kicking it off, just starting it. We're at the beginning of the stream, waiting for some people to join us. Bismillah. And I have to go to the masjid in a couple hours. So as I said, today was a nice day. Aside from the basement to the house having to get taken care of because there's been so much floods, and it's just been insane. I've literally been sleeping on the couch, as you can see, my blanket and my pillow. I've been having to sleep on my couch for it's been a few weeks. It's not okay. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Akhi Joe, which book are you talking about, Joseph? Appreciate you being on YouTube, trying your best to spread Islam and talk. Yes. Alhamdulillah, jazakallahu khairan. Thank you, Akhi. I do what I can. Of course, one thing that I notice a lot, and I've been, the both of my mentors, the shuyukh and also brothers from the masjid, as well as some of my brothers that are non-Muslim, we talk about it, and it's sad when you really think about the immense amount of negativity and pessimism that you see on a daily basis, right? It's just so I try and spread positive vibes in any way that I can, inshallah. And sometimes, when you're around people or see people that are negative like that, the best thing you can do is to be positive, is to give them a smile, and to make a person smile. That's a gift from God, right? That's a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He'll be a Muslim. Yes. MashaAllah, Akhi. Yes, this is one. Remember, we said we were both, I need to get this too. Let me know how you like it. MashaAllah. Jazakallahu khairan. I cannot tell you how much that means to me. I know I tell people that all the time. There's other streamers that I do lives with, and I tell them that they have infectious energy, but I've heard it before. You're telling me now, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. Jazakallahu khairan. As I said, I am only doing the path that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen for me. I love this. I really do. I enjoy being able to talk with you all, to, be inspired from you all. As you all say that I inspire you, I get inspiration from you, and I learn a lot of knowledge from you all as well. Yes, I love you all too, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, right, last night, we talked about the story of Musa alayhi salam and Al-Khidr, if you guys remember. Now, this is in Surah 18, Surah Kaf, Al-Kaf, right? Yeah, Surah Al-Kaf. and this is Surah 18 from ayat 60 to 82. Now, I literally just made a video prior to coming live right now, and I haven't yet put it up, so that will be coming as well. But I have the reading ready, and I was gonna read it during the video. Maybe I'll redo it over, but maybe I'll just share it, the reading during the stream. If that's something you guys would like to listen to while we wait for people to come in, inshallah, I can do that as well. Just give me a moment. Wanted to look this up real quick. But we got Suleiman. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, akhi. How's everybody doing? Wow, it's just shot up real quick. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How is everybody? Hope you all had a wonderful sleep last night after our 7-hour live stream. We set a record. It's a milestone on this channel for sure. For sure. Ooh, my wrist. So we're going to do like questions and answers. I want you guys to, ask me. We're going to do a Q&A. You guys can ask me anything you want. Feel free to answer. If you guys would like to come on and do a one-on-one with me, I'll bring you on the stream. You do not have to have your camera on. It works better if you do have your camera on. But just to talk with me, ask me questions. I'll do that right now. I'll put the link in the chat. Yes. I'm just waiting for it. Remember, we both ordered it at the same time, I believe. I'm still waiting on mine. Inshallah. That's why I said I have to get that. I'm still waiting. It's like, I really can't wait. Please let me know how you like it. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. Why do I have my earbud in? I knew something sounded weird. I'm like, this doesn't feel right. My earbud was in the whole time. Hold on a second. And yes, everybody, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, ring the bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video or I go live. Okay, also on top of that, right, I'm just going to announce it now. Maybe I'll announce it again later on. But we also have the Quran Project, okay, which I have Quran in 4 different translations: Arabic, Urdu, English, and Spanish. If you would like one, or people who do not have access to one, or in part of the world who cannot access one, or they would like one of their own, please reach out to me. My email, my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Telegram are down below in the description that you see at the bottom. Click that, spread it open, it'll pop up. You will also see a link to support the channel, to support the Quran Project, and you can also support the Hajj and UMRAH Project to help Muslim reverts from all over the world make UMRAH or Hajj, as well as you can help us contribute to and donate to the BUILD-A-MASJID Project, which the masjid that I recited the Shahada at is very old, it's very small, we need a new masjid. For Jummah, we do not have enough room for people to stand. That's how sad it is, right? It is very small. We have to, some people have to substitute. Once one's done praying, then one of the people standing will switch with him. So please, all of your contributions and donations are truly appreciated. Jazakallahu khairan to you all and to everybody who already has donated. We cannot thank you enough. Shukran. Hey, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, akhi. How are you doing? How's everybody else who's just coming in? Hope you all are wonderful. As I'm feeling great today. I'm a little tired today. I had a very long day. And a nice little set at the gym. We'll exercise. I wanted to talk about that with everybody, right? As I know my channel is all about Islam, but I am big into. I've always been an athlete. I'm big into the gym, big into exercise. So exercising. I thought about adding a thing for the live stream of like I don't know how to like I don't know, something along the lines of, for every super chat that I get, I will do, I don't know, 20 push-ups or something like that, right? It was a thought, and I'll bring the laptop down and do it on camera, everything. It was a thought of, I might still do it. I might still start doing that, right? And these are push-ups for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because these super chats, I just want you all to know, by the way, too, for every dollar that is donated to support the channel, right? Every single dollar that's donated to support the channel goes back into the dawah. Okay, it goes back into this channel to make things better for everybody, to make the dawah more expansive, to expand everything, to grow bigger so we can spread Islam all over the world, inshallah. Anyways, and the key we want to do is to grow the dawah as big as possible. And of course, you all know, by you guys being here, by you guys subscribing to the channel, you are helping spread the dawah as well. And you will be rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, insha'Allah ta'ala. It's so beautiful, right? This is what I'm looking for. First off, I want to put this. I'm going to put the link for the StreamYard for the stream. For anybody who wants to join in, hop on with me, talk to me, ask me questions, whatever, I got you. I'll answer all your questions. If you guys want help with how to stop, if I know people are listening to music, they're having issues with that. I have a whole video on that. I already, I've written everything out. The video's already been scripted or already been filmed. I haven't posted it yet. I'm waiting. We're doing a little editing on it. Some of these videos are like, subhanAllah, they are for you all in the best way, ways that helped me when I reverted to Islam, and I started to hear this is haram. Listening to music is haram. Doing this is haram. Smoking is haram. So certain things that, we should not do in Islam, that some people believe that, it's makruh to smoke. You see guys like Andrew Tate smoking cigars on live stream. Now, Andrew Tate's a wonderful brother. He's helped so many revert to Islam, and he's helped Islam in major ways as well. But at the same time, and he's a revert, so you cannot expect him or any other revert to just snap their fingers overnight and become a perfect Muslim, a perfect practicing Muslim, right? It's not that easy. After living, I don't know how old he is, nearly 40, 38, 39, 37 years old, his entire life as a victim to the dunya, it will take time, inshallah. So, as I said, when I reverted to Islam, I had to learn ways, and not luckily, I don't believe in luck. That is shirk. I am blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that when it came to these things, my father and my grandfather had already instilled in me this using 100% of my potential, not wasting any of myself when I do anything in life, to always push myself to the top, right? To give my all at all times. So I felt the same way when it came to this, right? So that's what I try to do. Whenever I hear that something is haram, I try to implement that in my life. Not try to, I make sure that I do, right? Of course, some things aren't easy, and they may take a couple days, they may take a week, they may take a month, but you will be able to do so if you follow things that I followed, in my way, the ways that I followed it to stop all these haram things, right? Smoking, listening to music, it comes easier to you, right? The way that I think it's all in your mind, right? It's all in your mind. And you must have a strong mind, a healthy mind to do this. To have a healthy mind, you have to be healthy spiritually. And to be healthy spiritually and to be healthy mentally, you need to be healthy physically, right? I'm sure you guys have heard it. A healthy body is a healthy mind. And I throw in is a healthy spirit, right? You're healthy spiritually as well. You're healthy in the deen, okay? So that's why I mentioned exercise, because exercise to me, in my deen, as well as everything else in my life, which all revolves around the deen, because Islam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, being a loyal, loving, and faithful servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is first for me. Everything else comes afterwards. Everything else comes afterwards, right? Literally everything. As long as I can as long as I keep my deen first, right? To do so, I must remain in physical shape. And to do so, I need to have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He knows what's best for me, which I do, right? This is why I stay so close to Allah at all times. That's why you see me with the Quran at all times, right? No matter where I go. Literally, no matter where I go. If I go somewhere, the Quran is either in my car or I have it on my person. It's just, you know, and yes, of course, people say to me, yo, you know, you have it on your phone. You could just pull out your phone. Yes, I could. And there may be times when I do this, but subhanAllah, it's something to me, as I said last night, about having the book, right? Having the hard copy in hand. Did I just drop something? No. Having the hard copy in hand, I love it. I really do. It means a lot to me. Okay, so let me post this in here. Okay. So we now have, I just posted the link, okay, to anybody that wants to join and wants to come on the stream, talk with me, have questions, get your ideas heard, your thoughts, your everything, right? Hop on the stream, say what's up, or you could just literally hop on, say salam, and peace out. You do what you feel like doing. So it's there if anybody wants to hop on with me. Now, if anybody has any questions also, just wants to ask it in the chat, please feel free. Uno momento, por favore. Mi mamma, she texts me, okay? Hold on. Uno momento, as I said. Please, 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 inshallah. Oof. So please feel free to hop on. So I'll be back, inshallah. Okay, Akhi Suleiman, please do. Please come back through. Suleiman, if you, where are you located, by the way? I'm just wondering that. Hold on one second, guys. I'm just gonna mute this real quick. I just need to say something to my mother. I'll be right back. I'm standing right here. All right. My apologies about that, everybody. Thank you for sitting around and waiting. I just haven't been able to speak to my mother since, you guys know, as I said, I had a little rough situation that occurred this past weekend. What are you going to do? You know, as I shared, my birthday was this past weekend. And I know as Muslims, we do not celebrate birthdays. But from what I understand, you are allowed to have, I could have a dinner with the family member and stuff like this. This is okay, but it's not like we were partying and stuff. Nothing like this. It's just my mother and my dad and my nonna and I. Anyways, and my mother's, my stepfather. And the things that happened, the way things coincided, the way everything happened, it was just, I'll talk about that on another video. I don't want to talk about during this one, but please, I really was doing this live tonight. As you all know, I am doing live streams for the entire week, one every day. Okay, back to back to back to back to back to back, all 7 in a row. Akhi Joe, you said, do I know any jokes? Sure, I do, but I don't know if they are. Most of the jokes I do know. I don't know if they would be considered halal, and I don't know if they would be considered appropriate for me on YouTube. If I said that, and the video may get mocked or something. But yeah, that's why I'm answering this, Joe. If you have any good jokes, please feel free. Hop on. If you want to share some jokes with everybody, if you're a stand-up comedian, please feel free. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sister Lilia, I was wondering where you been. I haven't seen you in a while. Who was it? There were two people were talking about you last night that were in the live stream, or yesterday. What's her name? Not like in a bad way. Just Sister Minami and Brother Abdul Shakur. They were saying that you were like, or she was saying that you said something about him. I don't know them that much. They support my channel, but yeah, I was like, I know that name. She follows me, I'm sure. But I hope everything's good with you, sister. Alhamdulillah, yes, I'm doing well. So there were a couple things that I did write down that I wanted to talk about. Let me pull them up. Okay, perfect. So, trying to remember the video. There were a few videos that I've watched lately. Now, who was this? Okay, this was a video. I remember basically the premise of it, right? But I don't remember who exactly it was. Now, this was, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure some of you guys have heard of them, but a group, and I guess this is a religion. They're mainly, from what I saw and what I looked up afterwards, they are mainly a black religion. I don't know, the way, from what I got from it, it was like a black supremacist type religion. It is not the Nation of Islam. That's not what I'm talking about. But they call themselves the Israelites. Okay. Now, a fellow Muslim, right, had walked up to them because as he was walking by, they had said some, heinous things to this brother. And he just walked up to them very politely and was like, he asked, can I ask what your problem is with me? Why would you say some of these things about the Quran and astaghfirullah, right? It was very hurtful, terrible remarks. So anyways, yes. So anyways, there were like 5 or 6 of these brothers, right? And this one guy with like his son. And as they're talking, each time they're talking, they're like grandstanding. They couldn't just talk like this. They had to like screaming like this, face to face with this man and his son. And he said, why do you believe in this nonsense. Astaghfirullah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Right? To call the Quran nonsense. Astaghfirullah. It like nearly broke my heart to see that people are that lost, right? And what the guy who was I don't even know what they call themselves. He was basically like the head, I don't know, I guess I'll call him a preacher, right? The leader of their group, the teacher of their group leader, teacher of the nonsense that they were teaching, said that, he said, you guys, he said that we believe in a false prophet. Astaghfirullah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. To even make such a stupid claim like this when your own book, right, the Torah and the Old Testament in Hebrew, okay, the original Old Testament in Hebrew, and the Torah, right, the Hebrew Torah, right, the one that they go by, in the beginning, right, and you can watch this, there is a I don't know what you want, a seminar with, or a webinar seminar with, what's the other guy's name? But Ahmad Didat is in there. Rest in peace to the great. And there's a Christian guy. And anyways, Ahmad Didat talks about how in the beginning of the Torah and the beginning of the Old Testament, the first book of the Old Testament in Hebrew, the original one, the original, I guess, the original would be the Injil, but the oldest Old Testament, right? In Hebrew, it says something, something, something. I cannot speak Hebrew. I'm not going to try to. It says something, 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 Muhammadan, something, 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 right? And they ended up translating the name Muhammadan. Like, yo, you would not translate the name Mikā'īl, okay? You would not translate the name Joe, Suleiman, or Lilia. You would not do this. Okay, it is a name. It is a person's name. Although a name could mean something, like the name Michael means strength and guardian, and there are a few other things of this, protector, stuff like this. But you would not define my name like this. You wouldn't do this, right? So from the Hebrew Torah to the English Torah, and from the Hebrew Old Testament to the English Old Testament, it was changed to I forget. It was changed to I think it was the praised one. I think that's what it was changed from. That, or no, it was the companion. That's what it was changed to. Okay. Basically, what it says is Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, right? Which, of course, in the Torah it says. It doesn't use Jesus, peace be upon him's name. In the Old Testament, it does. And it says, Jesus is saying that after me, there will be one last messenger. His name will be, Ahmed, Muhammadan. It's the way that it comes out, right? And they still, even when, right, I wish I could have been there with this brother, right, to say this to these Israelites. But even still, I guarantee you, if I said this to them, they still wouldn't believe it, right? And that's everything that the brother said to these Israelites when he had the Quran. He pulled out exactly where in the Quran everything was, and this brother was intelligent, right? The Muslim brother, and the Israelites were just they wouldn't listen. They would not listen. And the other thing that they stated was that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he was not an Israelite, right? Because these men and the leader of that Israelite group said that all of the prophets were from Israel, right? Yes, they were. Or all of the other prophets were from Israel, except for Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? Now, I get it. I don't think I got him. Get out of here. Things drive me crazy. Anyways, this brother, he said to them that, he said Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was from Mecca in Saudi Arabia, right? He said, that would mean, like he said, all of the prophets before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam were from Israel. So the Israelites said that because they were all from Israel, that only people from Israel could be a prophet. Astaghfirullah, right? So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was from Mecca, Saudi Arabia, right? Now, when he asked this brother why, the reason why this was like this, right? Our fellow brother was like kind of stuck in his tracks. He didn't know what to say. And in that moment, I wish I could have like jumped through the screen and helped this brother, right? Obviously, this video was filmed like years ago, but it was killing me, right? Now, the answer that I came up for with this, now, if you guys think of something different, please write it in the comments. But what I was thinking when I saw this, when I heard this, was the fact that, right? And I've seen this is also described somewhere before, not with this argument, but it was talked about, how all the other prophets, peace be upon them, were from, Israel. And, after that, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was from Saudi Arabia. Now, the reason being was because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or God, right, had given the people of Israel so many chances over and over and over and over and over again, right? He had given them so many chances, okay? He had sent them from Musa alayhi salam, of course, all throughout until Isa alayhi salam, right? So many different prophets in between, so many different prophets. I'm not going to start naming all of them, but we all know how many, right? There were tons, okay? Now, although some of them would gain traction and get followers, still the majority would call them sorcerers. They would say they're crazy. They would say this, they would say that, you're crazy, you're taking us away from the beliefs of our forefathers, astaghfirullah, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, okay, I don't want to say he gave up on those people, but he said it's time for, somebody else to take the reins. That is when he, sent Angel Jibreel to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and started to give the revelations, started to reveal, throughout years, okay? Now, please, if you guys have something else for that, right, please write it in the comments. If somebody else wants to come on here and talk with me, I put the link to the StreamYard in the top of the chat. You can come live with me. You can talk. You do not have to be on camera. You can set it so that your camera, when you hop in the StreamYard, you will see you can press a button before you enter, and you can hit stop cam so that your microphone's on, but the camera is not. So if you would like to hop on with me, talk with me for a little bit, bing, bang, boom, we're good. So yeah, this is something that I was like, I couldn't believe, right? And I wish so bad that I could have jumped back the years to help this brother in this dialogue with these Hebrew Israelites. But the thing that jumped out at me about these brothers, now, please, I just want to state this first and foremost too, which I normally do when it comes down to these type of matters. As a Muslim, and what I've been taught since I've reverted to Islam from not just my two mentors, the two shayukh, right? Each sheikh, all of my other close friends, the brothers of knowledge, the brothers and sisters of knowledge that I've met on here, right? I have been taught that in Islam, right, we love everybody. To show love, there's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one that is greater, right? We are all equal. We are all human beings. We are all the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one, that we praise, that is higher, that is everything, right? He is everything, all knowing everything, right? So when it comes to this, right, the way that they make it seem in my eyes, right? And I have some of my closest friends are black. Some of my closest friends are Asian, like Spanish, like this. This is how I grew up in a melting pot in Boston, right? Where I grew up, it was everything, everybody from different color, race, whatever, right? Now, what I got from these Hebrew Israelites was the same thing that I got from the Nation of Islam, right? And the Nation of Islam, just like the Hebrew Israelites, for me, they seem like a black supremacy movement, right? It's like, you know, and these Hebrew Israelites say that, you know, they were the real Hebrews, they were the real, you know, I don't know, they were the real Hebrews, that they were, their land was taken from them and they ended in Africa. I don't even want to get into it because the stuff sounds just crazy to me. Some of it historically is true, but it doesn't make them the chosen people or astaghfirullah. That's exactly where, you know, the Jewish community got things screwed up and things got corrupted, as we all know. They believed that they were the only ones that were chosen, that everybody else was nothing. Astaghfirullah. It'll give you a headache when you start looking into it. So I really want to hear what you guys have to say tonight. I was hoping that somebody would come on here and dialogue with me, or you guys would ask me questions. That's what I was really hoping for tonight. I had a very busy day. I had a long day. I had a lot of things I had to take care of. Yeah, so hold on a sec. Where did this go? I have so many different notebooks that sometimes I get caught off guard. Can you send call and like, hold on one sec. Uno momento, por favor. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Hold on a sec. Okay. So we've been live for like 45 minutes. It's 8 right now. I'd say I'll go for another like half hour, and then I'm gonna eat a little something, and then I'm gonna go to the masjid. So please, if you guys have anything that you want to ask me, please, now is the time. But I do have something else. All right, so right now, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Oh, that's what I can do too. We have someone coming on. Inshallah, here we go. Our brother's hopping on here. I'm also throwing that in the bing, bang, boom. I'm putting that in my Telegram as well. Let me see this. What do I do? Bro. Oh man, always with jokes, bro. Okay. Don't wake him, bro. Raul, assalamu alaikum, akhi. Assalamu alaikum to every single buddy in here. When are you going to interview knowledgeable Muslim? Joe, is that a certain person? Is that I don't know? Is that some a YouTuber's name, or are you asking me when am I going to interview another knowledgeable Muslim? I've had some knowledgeable Muslims on here, but we have there's a few good ones that will be coming this week. I have a couple reverts that will be coming on the live stream. That will just be him and I. Maybe I'll bring you guys on afterwards to ask us some questions, inshaAllah. And I have some others as well in the weeks to come that you guys will love. I don't mind saying, because him and I have already announced, but Brother Brandon, the Muslim cowboy, he will be coming on, and telling us his story and sharing his knowledge as well. Brother Brandon, he is extremely knowledgeable, the Muslim cowboy. I don't remember how long ago he reverted, but he has tons of knowledge. He's extremely intelligent. Brother Abbas, I see you. Give me one moment. I just wanted to hold on a moment, guys. Matter of fact, I'm going to reach out to him right now as well. He says, "Are you sleeping?" So we have somebody that's going to hop on here. Honestly, I've watched a lot of Brother Brandon, the Muslim Cowboy's videos, and he is one person that I don't even know his entire story. So I'm super excited to hear his. And I will be going on Sister Rosie's channel, Rosie's Corner. I will be going on there in, when is that? That's in the beginning of this coming month. So in the beginning of September, I will be on her channel. I have reached out to Rumsey after I spoke with him on Brother Brandon's channel. He's somebody that I would like to come on here. I was on a stream with him and Rumsey, so wonderful brothers, really, both of them. And Brandon has been like, if there were another Muslim revert that is, that I'm in touch with, that I've remained close with, I'd say he's been like a mentor to me, honestly. He's wonderful, really, he is. So hold on. I do want to just write this down. All right, so after I finish what's going on here, bro? Oh, I still have that thing on there. Okay, there we go. Rumsey. I needed to remind myself that. If there's anybody else that you guys would like to see on my channel, let me know so I can try and set that up, coordinate that. Anybody. Normally my guy Tariq, he tells me who everybody is that I should bring on. But yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of wonderful, wonderful people in the community. Okay, here we go. All right, so we got that. Matter of fact, hold on. I want to share one last thing. What is that? Imam Tom. I don't know if I know him. So I will say I'll share a couple people with you guys right now that I have lined up, but I have to go into my calendar and show you. There's a bunch. I can only share a couple. I want to save some of the surprises for you guys. But we do have a brother in here that I'm going to bring on in 1 second. Okay. I feel bad because he's waiting. Do I have to click something? Nah, Aki, you're good. I'll bring you in 1 second. Hold on. Where is he? So Brother Yahya and I will be doing something. Brother Bobby's perspective. Him and I, before the thing happened with his channel, I'm sure you guys saw that. That like it crushed me when he reached out to me to tell me that before, like right when it happened, he reached out to me and it crushed me. Bobby's a wonderful guy. He's now on Rumble. So if you guys can, please go support Bobby's perspective on his channel now on Rumble. You know, it's sad because he has helped so many. He's inspired so many. Abdullah Ibn Loren. He's another one that I hear a lot. Another one I hear a lot. Yeah. No, Yahya's Growth. Yahya's Growth. That's the name of his channel. Trying to look else in here. Some you guys had been asking me for a while to get in touch with Harun, another revert. Him and I will be doing one. There's another brother called Jacob. I think he changed it to Jacob. The Muslim Mom is supposedly coming back on. And another one is IBO the Pro. That's who I'm trying to get on here. I really like him. I think he's awesome. But, okay. I don't want to keep our brother waiting anymore, so we're going to bring him in here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, akhi. How are you?
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me?
I can hear you okay. It's a little bit
Is it quiet?
Yeah, it's quiet, but it's also a little. Can you guys hear him okay?
I think it's because I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it'll be fine. Brother Raul, yeah, the Muslim Mom, when she had first started her channel.
Sounds really weird right now. I don't know why.
What's that?
Your audio sounds really like staticky.
Maybe that might have happened just because. Yeah, they're saying they can hear him. Hold on. Can you guys hear me okay? He's saying my audio is kind of. It might just be your phone. Hold on. I want to see what they say.
Reload my browser.
But give me one moment. I just want to answer him. Yeah, the Muslim Mom. She's a wonderful, wonderful sister. Okay, they're saying both audios sound good, but she's a wonderful sister, Akhi. All right, maybe he'll come back. Muslim Mom's a wonderful sister. And when she first started her channel, right? I'm trying to think. I was either the first or second one that did a live stream with her. I'm saying she had, at the time when I did a live stream with her, she had, I don't know, I think like under 1,000 subscribers. So she's really grown a lot lately. She's doing amazing. She's helped so many and she's very knowledgeable. Sister's amazing, seriously. For all those that don't know Muslim Mom or subscribe to her, please go subscribe to her channel. She's wonderful. We were just talking about Yahya's Growth. Please go subscribe to my brother Yahya. He's wonderful. Another Muslim revert. He's very funny as well. And also, of course, subscribe to my brother Ibrahim X. Wonderful brother. He's another one who's funny. He's funny too. He pushes the boundaries, we'll say. There's so many. Sister Navira's wonderful as well. She's very knowledgeable, very, very strong Dean. All of these people I'm naming, that, I learned from them as well. And there have been so many others on my channel. I feel bad I can't name everybody. All three of the three Muslims are amazing. Muslim Cowboy, of course. So many. All right. Yeah, like I said, I'm very proud of her. All right, so Brother Abbas is back. We're going to try and add him to the stream again. And again, I said I probably have like another 15, 20 minutes, and then I got to skidoo out of here. But assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, akhi. Let's try this again.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope this works this time.
Yeah, no, we can. I can hear you. And they said last time that they could hear you okay too.
Okay. Yeah, I think for some reason on my side I could hear your voice with loads of static. Anyway, so what do you want to talk about, akhi?
No, that's why I brought you on here, bro. I wanted to see, like, if it's your stage. What you wanted to ask me, any questions, if you just wanted to say what's up, anything that you have at all. First off, introduce yourself, say who you are, let us know who you are, let us know where you're from.
Okay, so my name is Abbas. I live in the UK in London.
Can you speak up a little bit, akhi?
Sorry. My name is Abbas. I live in the UK in London.
MashaAllah.
I'm 20 years old. My mom is actually a revert.
You said how old are you?
20.
Okay.
My mom is actually a revert. She reverted about 25 years ago.
MashaAllah. So what is your background? What is her background if she's a revert?
So she's English from the UK.
So she's 100% British.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. So what is your heritage? What is your culture, if you don't mind me asking?
So basically my mom's English, as I've mentioned, and my dad is Pakistani.
MashaAllah.
So he speaks he speaks English as well, because he obviously lives in the UK, but he also speaks Urdu.
Yes. MashaAllah, that's wonderful. Yeah, a lot of my very close brothers, a lot of my very good friends since reverting, they are Pakistani from all over different parts of Pakistan. And because of that, and because I have so many brothers and sisters that are friends from here that I've been introduced to, when I started the Quran project, that is why one of the translations, the copies of the translations that I've gotten is Urdu, right?
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, I don't know that much Urdu. I just know like the names of family members and the names of food and like types of food, basically.
Yes. No worries, akhi, no worries. So, have you always been practicing? Have you gotten, have you, and it's okay if at times like you've weakened in some ways in practicing. Not, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to talk about it, because I've brought so many different Muslims on my channel who have mentioned that they've been through this, where they did a little bit when they were strong when they were young. As they started growing up in their teens, they didn't practice or pray as much or read the Quran. And then as they've gotten older, like 18, 19, 20, your age, they started to get back into the deen. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so so when I was little, I was actually, you know what I would say? I was always brought up with Islam in the forefront, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
But every Muslim, like, they have ups and downs, obviously. No one's perfect. The only infallible humans, like, who don't have sins, are like the prophets, obviously, and yeah, so yeah, basically just a normal Muslim upbringing, alhamdulillah.
It's the best you can be, man. There's no other better way than Islam.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. You know, I say this all the time, and I'll repeat it again. My worst day as a Muslim is 100 billion times better than my best day as a non-Muslim.
Yeah.
Subhanallah. All right, Akhi Raul. I'll catch you later, brother. Inshallah. I will be on tomorrow. I'm probably gonna. The goal is to be on for like 3 o'clock, maybe between 3 and 5. That's the goal when I'm gonna be on. So I'll post it. You guys will see it tomorrow. But
by the way,
Assalamu alaikum, Akhi. Not you, Abbas.
Yes, sorry.
So, yeah, do you have any questions for me? Anything you wanted to ask me?
Like, what does it feel like to revert to Islam? Because obviously I've been Muslim all my life. I've always wondered, like, what does it feel like?
That's a really good question. Really good question. And to be honest with you, bro, Akhi, you know, there's hold on a sec. Just give me a moment. I don't know how long you've been following the channel. I don't know how long you have been, subscribed or watching my videos or anything, but it's something that I say a lot. And, you know, I repeat this all the time when I share about my reversion, when I reverted to Islam, you know, that night on January 26th of 2023. So on the 26th of August, it will be 7 months. And that night, 7 months ago, you know, was the greatest day, greatest night of my life. It was the greatest decision that I've ever made in my entire 31 years of life living. You know, subhanAllah, bro. I explain this to people, right? Now, that night when I'm going to try and, you know, I'm not going to go all through everything because it'll take too long. And I have a bunch of videos on my story. But what I will say is that night that, you know, the night before, so on the 25th, the night before I reverted, I had called the masjid and it was at like 8:30, almost 9 o'clock at that. So 8:45 p.m. And Salatul Isha was at 7 p.m. at that time. And when I called in, you know, the number that was on the website, a brother picked up the phone and, you know, we talked for, brother, when I look back and think about it, you know, it was not me really that made that call. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, spoke through me. He made me grab the phone. It was all because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had chose me for this path. So this phone call, which felt like a 5-minute phone call, lasted for an hour and 52 minutes, somewhere around there, right? So nearly 2 hours, right? And this whole phone call, all you could feel was the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the welcoming, the warmth from the brother. And there was this like amazing vibe between the two of us, right? Yeah. So boom, whatever. He tells me that nobody is at the masjid right now because I wanted to go then and there. Like this huge emotion, this huge feeling and vibration came over me. And of course, this was the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling me, okay, you need to get to the masjid after I had been on a 4-year spiritual journey, you know, that really was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala getting me ready to revert, preparing me throughout those years. Like 4.5 years ago is when I stopped, you know, I stopped drinking, I stopped doing haram, you know, drugging and chasing women and all these things, right? Astaghfirullah. But so it was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had been preparing me from that point. And when it came down to it, he tells me, you know, show up the next day. Can you be here at the same time? I didn't even think about it. I said, yes, absolutely, I can. Right? He told me to show up 5 minutes before. I showed up 45 minutes to 50 minutes beforehand. Anyways, I see him, very welcoming when I got there. And the feeling that I felt when I just stepped foot in the masjid, this was my first time ever stepping foot into the masjid. Okay. And it was like, again, I will say, and you'll hear me say this a bunch, is the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, I could feel this in my heart. I could feel this throughout my entire body. It was like this tingling sensation. It was just love. It was love from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from our creator. Subhanallah, right? And in this very moment, okay, so I have to say first as well, before I revert to Islam, or before I make this decision, that day on my way to the masjid, I had told myself that I am not going to revert, right? Or I'm not going to revert for at least another 9 to 12 months, like another 9 months to a year. That's what I told myself. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to go like this. It's better this way. Okay, boom. Then what I end up doing, right, is, of course, after telling myself that I'm not going to revert for 9 to 12 months, until after that I wanted to do more research on Islam as well. You know, of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had other plans for me, right? So I go in, we're talking, you know, it is this brother, the sheikh, and myself. And, you know, as soon as I said, you know, of course, he hugs and everything like this. And again, this warm welcoming feeling that I had never felt in any, you know, church in my life, but I felt it in the masjid. You know, I felt it from my fellow Muslim brothers, right? People for the first time I'm meeting, right? I felt more welcome with them than people I've known my entire life. SubhanAllah, it was amazing. And in that very moment, whatever, it's I'm just gonna skip ahead to this point where, you know, he tells me, okay, it's a few minutes before Salat al-Isha. He says, I need to pray my sunnah so I can then lead prayer, okay? And I said, okay. He said, yeah, so please sit back here. And when we are done, you know, you can watch. When we are done, we can talk for another half hour, whatever, right? Okay, I said, but am I allowed to pray with you, right? And I said it with a smile on my face. He looked at me smiling, and he was like, yes, but do you know what that would mean if you do? And I just looked at him with like this, you know, the grin that the Grinch makes, like this like little smirk grin kind of thing, kind of like I'm doing now.
What is a Grinch?
What?
What is that thing?
Matter of fact, you guys wouldn't know what it is because it's I guess it's haram. Yeah, it's a Christmas,
but I don't really know what it is. It's
a Christmas movie. Yes, it's definitely haram. Whatever. It doesn't. It's a movie with Jim Carrey. Of course, it was a cartoon from way back. But anyways, I make this, like, I just look at him with this half grin, half smirk, half smile, and that was my answer, really. I was just smiling at him, and he says, "Okay." He says, "Well, that would mean that you know, you are ready to revert and become Muslim." He said, "Are you sure you are ready?" And as soon as he, like, before he even finished the last syllable, I, like, the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just spoke through me. And I said, yes, you know, yes, I am ready. I believe that is why I am here tonight. Okay. And even in that moment, before I had even recited the shahada, the feeling that came over me, bro, unbelievable. Unbelievable, right? This love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the feeling that I felt when I walked into the masjid was intensified by 100. Okay. Then
is it like a feeling that, like, you've been doing something your whole life and you've been doing it maybe the wrong way and you haven't been fulfilling your purpose, and then suddenly it's like, imagine you've got like a jigsaw puzzle and then you put the last piece in there. Is it like that? MashaAllah.
I was just going to say, bro, then when I finish, that was very good, but listen and you'll understand, right, why I say this. After I recite, of course, you know, he takes me through in Arabic and then in English so I can understand, and, you know, everything's good, mashallah. And as soon as I finish the last syllable of the last word in English and takbir, Allahu Akbar, right, everybody, right, comes up to hug me and all this and this and this. And brother, really the feeling that I felt in that moment, it was so immense. It was really so infinite, right? The amount of love from Allah, the amount of love of Allah that I felt in that very moment, that it cannot be measured in words, it cannot be measured in numbers, it cannot be measured at all, right? The best way to describe it is being Muslim. But what I will say, right, which then goes hand in hand with your line, with what you just said. I don't know if you might. I feel like you heard one of my things, because that's basically what I say. So, anyways, throughout my entire life, really ever since my parents divorced when I was 5 years old, as most kids who have been through a divorce, right, young kids, they, for some reason, we blame ourselves, even though it's not our fault why our parents are getting divorced. But I will always remember this vividly. The day when my dad told us he had to leave and he wasn't going to come back living with us. Okay, you understand? Yeah. That him and my mother were splitting, and they were never going to be together again. It killed me, right? It literally broke me down. And in that very moment, I ran to my dad and I grabbed him. Like I grabbed onto his leg and I wouldn't let go. I was 5 years old. I was a little kid. I wouldn't let go. And I said, please, dad, please, dad. I said, please, I won't do it anymore. I won't misbehave, thinking it's my fault, right? Thinking he's leaving because of something I did. Okay. And he was in tears. I was in tears. He's saying, no, it has nothing to do with you, my son, And I say that because ever since that very moment, after that, I felt like a half of me was missing. Okay. Now, in relationships, right, when a man and woman are dating, astaghfirullah, but in non-Muslims, how they date, right, and for us as Muslims, when you find the one that you're going to marry and stuff like this, a lot of people say they have found their other half, or they'll say, you complete me, this cliche thing, right? So basically, I say this because, right, this, as I said, half of me, I felt like I was walking around as a shell that was only half full, right? And I felt like, throughout my entire life, from that point, I said, okay, right? No matter what it was, there were different scenarios that I would face in life, right? Becoming all state in sports, or becoming the best athlete in a certain sport, getting that girls, having sex, this, that, drinking, going to the club, doing this, whatever. And no matter what I told myself, and once I finally would complete that, I still felt empty like that. Nothing ever hit it, right? Nothing ever filled that half. Like the half, and what I say is, I was only half of a puzzle, and the other half of me was gone. And I reached a point, right, when I was 25, so about 7 years ago, that I said, it's just never going to happen. So I said, I guess this is how people feel, right? Because I felt like that I was missing something, that I was different than everybody else, that different because I had been through this, and it had stolen half of the good in me, right? That's how I felt. That's truly how I felt. That everybody else is so happy that because my childhood was stolen from me, because of other things that happened in my life, near-death experiences. I've talked about this on my channel before, but my best friend, when I was 12, he was 14. He was killed right in front of me. These things that happened, I felt like, this happiness was stolen from me, okay? So this other half of me. And in the moment that I reverted, in the moment that I recited the Shahada at the end of it, that was for the first time in my life, I was full. I was complete, right? It was that other half of that puzzle that finally finished. Okay. It completed me. As cliche as it sounds, it was the greatest thing that ever happened in my life. And that's why I say it was the greatest thing that happened in my life. Also, it saved my life. Okay. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala definitely saved my life. Because right before that, I had a near-death experience, 4.5 years ago when it was time.
I've never heard of that, actually. I didn't know you had a near-death experience.
Yeah, 3 times.
Oh, Allah.
Yeah, and when it comes to these things, right? And I've talked about them before. You can find them if you look through my videos. When it comes to it, right? There were so many different signs from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? To tell me, right, this is the way, to stop the haram, stop doing what you're doing. And of course, like I said, that one when I was young, when I was 12, my best friend who was 14 was killed in front of me. We were side by side and he was shot. Okay. Like the bullets came this way. I'm on the outside. So the fact that I wasn't even hit by one of those bullets, you want to talk about divine intervention, there was that. There was the other moment, as I said, and I don't want to go in deep into depth about all of them, but, that's why I say I always felt throughout my entire life, right, that there was something greater than me, that I was meant to do great things, but something not for myself, for others, right? And that's why once I reverted to Islam, that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had chose me for this path, right? And what I mean by that is when it comes to the giving dawah, not just in my community, but all over the world through social media, when it came to this, right? And I don't know if you've heard this, but I was not the one who wanted to do this, okay? One of my mentors, my 2 closest mentors are two sheikh, right? The 2 shuyukh, they, one of them, they're both hafiz. One of them has an ijazah, and one of them, he told me that, I'd say it was around the time that I was like between 5 and 6 weeks, ow, my back. After I reverted, I had been a Muslim for, a month and a half. He told me that your story, right, what you've been through, and your story, your revert origin story, where you were before to come to where you are now, will help inspire people. And it will help inspire not just non-Muslims, looking into Islam, not just Muslim reverts who just reverted, but also Muslims who've been raised in Islam their entire life, right? Yeah. And I cannot tell you how many times since I started this channel, brothers and sisters who've been raised in Islam have reached out to me, right, through social media, through here, and who have said to me, Brother Mikā'īl, you have helped inspire me to either get back into praying the 5 salah every day, reading the Quran every day, working on their deen on a daily basis, praying in the masjid. I can't tell you how these things make me feel. And when I hear that, like, that inspires me even more to know that I need to work even harder, right? Because I am in the public eye, right? I'm not just a representation of myself. I'm a representation, and we all are. Even if you aren't on YouTube or on, like, out there for everyone to see like this, we all are a representation of Islam, right? As Muslims. So we always have to be our best self. And I mean, that's just how I feel about it.
Well, but your sound is going, like, there's a lot of static again for some reason.
How long's it been doing that?
It's just been happening. It just started about 5 seconds ago.
All right. Well, I mean, maybe that's a sign for me to get off, because it's been that time anyway. But
I wanted to ask you, if you don't mind, I wanted to ask you one more question.
Go right ahead.
You don't have to give a long answer. Just give a short answer.
Go right ahead.
Like, how did you learn how to speak for so long, subhanallah, and it's actually like valuable stuff, like not just like waffle or something. You actually like give important, beneficial points, but you like, how do you? Because I wouldn't be able to keep speaking for this long. I would probably run out of stuff to say, you know.
Well, Jazakallahu khairan. First off, thank you, Akhi. I really appreciate that compliment. And I just want to make sure I get your question straight. So what you're asking me is, you know, when it comes to not just, I don't know if you're just talking about.
If I could just summarize the question is, how do you speak for so long with and still say how do I say it? Like points that are, how do you speak for so long without waffling, basically?
But and I just want to say this, I didn't know what that term meant until I started YouTubing and got to know more people from England, more British, more people from the UK and stuff like this. Because waffling, that's not a term that we use in America. No, but I know what it means now. And I can summarize this in one sentence, bro. You know, really, for me, all it is just speaking from the heart. You know, I speak with my real intention. I speak with my heart. And, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks through me. That's how I feel. And like I said, I really, when it comes to, and I'm sure the fact that my life experiences surely tie into it, that I have been through things in my life that I've learned a lot from. I've learned a lot, not just from things that I went through, but watching people close to me go through as well. You know, I learn a lot from all of you guys, right? I learn a lot from listening to the Sheikh give the khutbah during Jummah. You know, after or before Salah, like, I'm going to talk right now recently over the past 6-7 months since becoming Muslim, you know, things that I've learned as far as Islam goes and being a better and stronger Muslim. I have learned from putting myself in and around the community as well, meaning that I literally, like, I'd say up until the past few weeks, and not because I wanted to, it's just because I've had to, other obligations and stuff. But it was almost like when I wasn't working or in the gym or doing other things. Well, not other things. Other things meant being in the masjid. It was like I was living in the masjid. I would show up early to the masjid, like an hour early before Salatul Isha. I do the same, like sometimes for Fajr, but and I'll stay after too, right? I'll stay maybe an hour, if not more than that, as long as I can, as long as work doesn't get in the way or I don't have any other things to get in the way of that. I will stay late and I will get there early because I have valuable time to spend with other knowledgeable brothers who will go there. I will spend times with, you know, the sheikh, the imam will show up early. One of the sheikh that I'm very close with, right? He speaks his English is very good, but you know, when it comes to being able to give the khutbah in America, and I'm sure in Britain too, and in London and in England as well, that when they sheikh give the khutbah, they do it in Arabic and English, right?
Yeah.
Do they do that there?
Oh, yeah, I was just saying, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh yeah, I was saying they do. Yeah, they give the khutbah in. They usually do it in English, then Arabic here.
Oh wow!
Depends what masjid you go to, but that's how they do it in my local one.
Okay, yeah, no, that's different. Yeah, most of the masjids around here, the whoever's giving the khutbah, the sheikh or whoever they bring in, you know, the sheikh will do it in Arabic and then in English. So one of my mentors, you know, both of my mentors are Moroccan. They, you know, the way that they recite their tajweed is unbelievable, and they both, because I know that the Moroccan dialect is different, the accent is different but they both, of course, they studied for so long. They speak like proper tajweed, and I've learned from them, or I continue to learn from them. But one of them, as I said, his English is good. It's not as like the other one. I'd say they're both fluent, but one of them, there are certain words that sometimes he may trip up on. He may pronounce just one of the syllables the wrong way. So he helps me with Arabic. I help him with English, and we've been. It's a good way that works, and we're both benefiting from it.
It reminds me of. I don't know if you've heard of. Have you heard of this qualification called GCSEs in the UK? GCSE.
No, I don't know too much about the UK. I'm gonna be coming there. The plan is to come there. I want to come there. I was planning to come there within a couple months, but it's probably gonna be like next year that I'm able to.
Okay, that would be nice to see you in the UK if possible. But anyway,
insha'Allah, insha'Allah.
Yeah, insha'Allah. So what I was saying is I was doing GCSE Arabic, which is like a qualification. GCSE is like a qualification that you can do when you're 16, and most people do it in a few different subjects. You have to so you sit the exam when you're 16, and you have to do English, maths, and science because they're core subjects. And you also have to pick 4 other subjects. But I did my GCSEs a few years ago, back in 2019. But I picked an extra GCSE recently, maybe about a year ago. About a few months ago. I picked Arabic as a GCSE.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah. Because I already knew how to read and write Arabic, but I wanted to gain more vocabulary in Arabic, and I wanted
tajweed and yes, MashaAllah.
GCSE Arabic isn't that great for tajweed because it doesn't really that's not included in the curriculum. It's basically like a normal language course, but Arabic instead of French or Spanish or Italian.
Okay.
Yeah. So the point what I wanted to say is that I have a teacher called Ustad Al-Qudadri. He teaches me Arabic for GCSEs. Well, he was teaching me. Now he's going to teach me a bit slightly higher level Arabic, inshallah. But
inshallah.
He's also Moroccan, and he often finds it hard to pronounce certain words too. Like can't remember what the word was. There was this word that he said he found it very hard to pronounce.
The issue that my sheikh that he has issues with at times is not so much even like big words or certain words. It is in English, right? Well, I'm sure it's over there too, because of course, obviously, there's a difference between American accents and English accents, but the way that C's are, right? So C can be, it can be make the sound, or it can be or right. So he struggles with that. He'll mix it up the wrong way each time. He kind of does it, but he's gotten a lot better with it. Subhanallah. And Akhi, I really don't want to kick you out, but I really do have to be out of here.
Okay,
I stayed on an extra 15 minutes.
Sorry, brother.
No. Please do not apologize. I enjoyed talking with you. And yeah, brother, inshallah, we'll stay in touch. And, who knows, down the road when I do come to the UK, maybe you can show me around some of the good spots in London. And I really look forward to going to Speaker's Corner, inshallah. I'm excited. I've never been to England. I've never been to London. I've never been, my family, of course, I'm Italian. I'm 75% Italian. That last 25% is Irish and Scottish. So, I've never been, bro. I really look forward to it, inshallah.
Okay. Anyway, I'll let you end the podcast, or live stream if you want, if you have to go. So,
nice brother.
You.
It was great to meet you too, Akhi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I will see you soon, inshallah. All right, everybody. Thank you to Brother Abbas for coming on here. Thank you to every one of you for hopping in and spending some time with us. I will be live again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day number 3 of the consecutive live streams every day in a row for a week. As I said, we're going to try to push it to a whole month every day. We will see. Tomorrow will be earlier as well. I promised you that. I don't really like doing it this late. It's just the way that it worked out today. But anyways, thank you for everybody coming in. Jazakallahu khairan. As always, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell. Every time that I post a video, you will be notified, inshaAllah. Also, like the video, share the video. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me. In the description below is my email, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Telegram, and my TikTok. You can reach out to me there as well if you would like one of the Qur'ans. I gift out Qur'ans. Gift out Qur'ans. Qur'an. Why I say it like an American? Qur'an, right? To anybody who doesn't have one, who doesn't own one, who doesn't have access to a Qur'an, if you would like one, please reach out to me. I have it in 4 different languages. They're already paid for. The package and shipping, I pay for. We ship worldwide, okay? Urdu, Arabic, English, and Spanish. Those are the 4 translations of the Qur'an that I have. If you would like one, please feel free to reach out. And you can also donate if you would like to the channel to help support the channel. And every dollar that is donated to the channel, it goes back into the dawah. Okay, it goes back into making it so that the dawah can grow in the best ways with better technology, with going better places to carry the dawah. Inshallah, it will come. And jazakallahu khairan. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who have already contributed, as well as the Hajj and Umrah Project. If you would like to contribute, the donations are below in the description, and to the Build-A-Masjid Project. Brothers and sisters, again, thank you so much. Jazakallahu khairan. I am extremely tired, but I need to go to the masjid, and then I'm coming home and I'm going to bed. I love you all. Take care. I bid you farewell. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You all have a wonderful night.